Welcome to Free Fall RC Podcast.
All right, welcome to another episode of Free Fall RC Podcast. I'm Steve, and here with me is Kevin.
Hey guys.
Andy.
Hey now.
And Iaen.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, this is episode 310. So what's next for you?
Right.
There's a question mark at the end. All right, let's catch up with everyone's week. Who wants to go first? Get right
Iaen.
into it.
Oh, had to be me. I didn't really get to do a whole lot hobby related this week, unfortunately. Been working like crazy, and then of course I was on Discord, but I slept in. I was like an hour and a half late for Discord, so sorry guys. I had pretty much come home and I passed out for a couple hours, did not even hear the alarm, and yeah, it is what it is. Then I ended up getting some servos in from Steve. Got a couple sets of BK servos, so
Yeah, you needed some servos, so.
Oh yes, so I've got some future building here soon. So right now I'm pretty much doing some components gathering, more or less. I think my next project is gonna be a Kraken 580 Nitro. Haven't pulled the trigger on the kit yet.
Nice.
But it is coming soon. I think all I have left to really order for, the 580 Nitro would have to be, a switch glow or some type of glow igniter. Of course, another Neo and a pipe. So officially, that's all I have left as far as components go for that.
All you have
And
left
then-
is all things that you can't get right now.
Somebody's got one used. There's always somebody, selling their V control for, Futaba. There's a lot of that
You
going
need a
around.
Neo?
Huh? But I did talk to Gucci, and well, as you remember, I got the Scorpion 130 from Steve as well, and turns out I can run 7S if I pair it up with the 4025 1100 kV motor that I've got. And so there's also another project soon in the horizon, which I'll end up probably pulling the trigger like late next month on that one, and that would have to be a 580 raw. So right now I'm just components gathering, and eventually there's gonna be a lot of wrenching to do. And so
Jumping deep in that 580 600 size, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a question. If
What's
you're
up?
going to get the Kraken Nitro 580, why not get the 580 electric? So it'd be the same.
Yeah.
Booms and stuff like that.
Interchangeable parts.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I took my whole electric and used it as a donor for my nitro, so like the head and everything, tail, boom, all that stuff.
So I guess the head and stuff on the raw would be the same. I was more thinking like booms. Like one spare
A boom.
boom would work for either heli.
For both. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. No, I just wanted to, I've been wanting the Nitro 580 for like a good while now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, since the raw 580 is coming out, I just figured, hey, I definitely want to try to get
Get the
something
newest
that-
one.
Yeah.
get the newest one for once.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
that
when
makes sense. I was just curious
yeah,
if you
And-
thought about it.
And at the end of the day, you can get all your Kraken 580 stuff working and flying, and you get used to that size, get used to break that motor in really well, and then there may or may not be some 580 other nitro coming out in the future that you can take all of that and move it into that and kind of maybe then share some
Exactly.
parts or something. Maybe, I don't know.
absolutely.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. More than likely, they're probably going to have one come out because, obviously it's going to be a little bit lighter than the actual Kraken. That, and I think when they came out with
I think the demand's gonna want it. think people are gonna.
Yeah.
Want.
The demand's there, and not to mention, I think they've snagged a few of the guys that like, oh, well, I don't like flying fuselage. I'd rather fly boom. Well, there's a bird for
in
them
both
now.
markets now. Yeah, for sure. They're double dipping.
Absolutely. So that, and with me gathering all these components and everything, it allows for me, if I decide to change out airframes, say if something else comes out and I want to go ahead and get rid of, the model that those components are on. It's like I could turn around and do that now versus just waiting and ordering components. So it's going to play out really good for the long run. But as far as my week goes, I dropped off my Jeep to finally get that bumper repaired. Finally, it took them long enough. The body shop is like really backed up, and no matter where I go here in the city, they're all backed up. Pretty much what they're doing to it is the rear suspension cradle in the back pretty much ties in with like some of the suspension, and then also it's also where your bumper rail is connected to, and like your tow package. Well, some of that got bent during the accident. Pretty much, it's just a slightly askew. I mean, it's enough to where I can notice that it is bent, but they're taking that out and replacing it with a different one. And obviously, since my Jeep is no longer, my particular model is no longer being made, they have to try to get what they can find. And I guess there's like 6 different rear cradles that they can get, and the one that fits on it turns out has a trailer package. So I guess it was kind of a blessing in disguise because I did not have a trailer package on my Jeep. Well, it will now when I get it out of the body shop next week. So
Nice.
yeah,
Upgrade.
yeah, absolutely. So I'm taking it for what it is, and really, it's like they even checked over on the underneath, and it's like you would figure with a decently sized impact that there would be a little bit of floor damage to it. I mean, essentially the front end of that van went underneath. The way it hit, it just
Wedged under.
exactly,
He was
and then
stopping and yeah.
and it didn't damage any of the floor pans. That was all it damaged, other than like the bumper itself. It damaged like the bumper, the cradle, and then like a few little odds and ends parts. That's about it, which I consider that to be pretty lucky. Because really, I think the total bid that they priced it at was like $3,000. So it's like I think if they would have went any more than that, they probably would have just tried to write it off as totaled. Like for example, if the liftgate got damaged, I'm pretty sure they would have just checked it off right there.
Yeah.
So
probably.
So right now I'm taking advantage of the little economy car rental I've got. So yeah, I'm enjoying the like, what is it, like 35 miles per gallon?
Gosh.
So yeah,
what that's like.
Oh my god, I feel so cramping in this. It's a Nissan Versa, and it's like, yeah, I feel really cramped because I'm used to being in the Jeep. It's a bit more spacious, but now I feel like I'm gonna start getting canned. So
not even that, you like tap around, it's really cheap plastic everywhere, like it just no wonder these cars are kind of cheap.
And the other thing is like really throwing me off. It's like with the Jeep, it's semi loud. I can usually tell how fast I'm going just from the sound it's making. I can't hear it, and there's been times I've looked down at the speedometer and I'm doing like 80, and it's like, oh shit.
Well, that means actually that's good. It's noise really well. The nose.
Absolutely.
Road noise. Cool.
Well, that's been my week. How was everybody else's?
Yeah, who wants to go next?
Want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
Go for it.
All right. I was on the Sim Friday night, and we were all wondering where Iaen was. Thought something had to have happened because he wasn't there, as always. It was good. Andy showed up. Darren Weens was there. I talked to Ray Bacon. And one of the special moments was Mark Ritchie called in from Australia.
Nice.
Oh, no way. I missed this?
Yeah. That was really cool. I was actually thinking about that today, and I don't know about you guys, but when somebody calls from overseas like that, I grew up in the 70s, and that was like a big deal, like to talk to somebody from another country like that. Like I can remember talking to my grandparents from England, and it was a special thing. I know it's commonplace now, and we were kind of talking about that a little bit. How he's driving to pick up a part that he needs, and he's talking to us. It was his Saturday morning, our Friday night, and it was cool. It was cool to talk to him. So it was cool to talk to everybody. Everybody's doing good, and it was a treat though to talk to Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I went to Sebring, Florida on Saturday. Steve Shaw and I packed up bright and early, and then left at about 11:50 to leave. No, I'm kidding. But we by the time we got out there, I think it was around 11ish, and they fly in a really large, huge open area in Sebring. That's Jeff Biter's field and Gina's field, Gina Tucker.
How far was it from you guys?
Let's see. It was probably about an hour and a half. It wasn't really too bad
at all.
No, it didn't seem like it. It seemed like about an hour. But it wasn't. I didn't think it was too bad at all. But it was freaking cold, man. And I'll say cold and windy and overcast. It just wasn't. It was. And I know you guys will laugh when I say it was 59 degrees and it was cold, but I had a hoodie and that was it. And I almost did not bring the hoodie. I almost went there in a t-shirt. I had long pants on. But thank God I had this hoodie, dude. Yeah. Thank God I had this little hoodie with me though, because man, I was jumping around.
How thin was that hoodie?
It was thin.
It's amazing. It's amazing how quick you become a wimp once you move to Florida.
Oh yeah.
Almost immediately.
I was probably halfway a wimp before I got there.
Now, I thought this was sunny South Florida. What the hell, man?
Yeah, well, it was cloudy, overcast, windy, middle Florida. That's what it was. But yeah, it wasn't bad though. They were all bundled up because they knew what the field was like. But
you think it was windy, like there was a wind chill because of the wind?
Yeah. It was constant, wind, 5-10 miles an hour, probably 10-15, maybe, I don't know. But they got to thank Jeff and the whole crew. They cooked lunch sausages for us, sausage sandwiches. It was really good. We had a great lunch, and Gina bought us all coffee. We went out for coffee when we got there, and it was really cool. I got to see a couple of their local guys fly. There was actually 3 bald eagles that landed on the field. I had never seen that before in my life, outside a zoo, or on TV.
Nice.
Which
just landed or try to get something or.
Well, there's a landfill that's pretty close, so there was a lot of birds around that, and I guess they were part of that whole crew, but they had landed far enough away where if I took a picture, it looked like a dot, but you could kind of make it out.
Yeah.
But cool. I could see them. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Because I only thought they were in the western, northern states. I didn't think they were down in Florida at all.
No, there's a bunch in Florida, I think.
Yeah. And so I worked on my little 4-point TikToks and worked on a few things, just screwing around. I got to see Gina do some cool flippy shit and take some notes. And yeah, she was doing really good, especially with the wind and on all that. And saw Steve fly his newly put together Fireball, Steve Yoon, which means he beat you with as far as putting that one together.
I guess, yeah. Compared to what?
Because it was the one you were ordered. Yeah.
The thing that's coming on the boat while
I think he cheated
with
the Fireball. I think that hardly even counts.
Yeah, they're all built and ready to go. It's yeah.
I want to see him repair or get one of the ones that's been on the shelf for 6 months, 6 years.
Like the gasser?
Like the gasser that's 95% done.
All right, so we can say, is it going to be the gasser or the AliExpress model?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I gotta give him props though, dude.
It literally says it's coming on a boat, ocean shipping.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is it'll probably get here before the gasser gets flying.
I would probably put money on it.
I would put money on it getting here before the gasser even gets moved off the shelf it's on.
No, because he could just go. I
You could do
won.
that tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
right now.
Steve, we're talking about. No, but all seriousness though, I've seen a bunch of these fireballs fly. Steve, you had one. I know you flew one down at Delaware, and I've seen Shaggy Parker's fly, and but dude, he did it. He does a really good job of building. I mean, it might take him forever, and yeah, it does take him forever, but he does a really good job of building, I gotta say, because that thing was flying really well, and it sounded really good. Like, it was in that wind, it was holding up and flying really steady. He had a good first flight on it, and then his second flight, he plowed it in.
Oh no.
Yeah. And this brings me to my next point. Now, I don't want to bash Steve in any way, but he's always talking about how he has rescue, and rescue will save your $300 helicopter, which probably has saved this helicopter a number of times, this big black nitro. And the only point I want to make is, if you're going to put rescue on one thing, and he'll probably agree, you should put it on everything, because he didn't have it on the Fireball, and he sure as shit needed it.
Wait, what's he flying on the Fireball?
Oh, no. On a, he's a Neo on there, right?
No, he flies Jetty and Brain.
Yeah.
And all the Brains have it, so why did he not have it?
Did he not set it up?
He said he didn't set it up.
Ah, okay. You do have to set that up, right? I think on the Brain.
You do have to set it up, but I didn't think it was
not really
too difficult.
I mean, you got to assign a switch, but that's it.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing to do. There's no like setup or leveling or.
There's no There's no leveling or anything. Okay.
No.
But I could tell when he went into like the second flight, when he went into his higher bank, like I could tell he was doing his normal stuff, and I could tell it was overshooting like his
It's
normal
like
stuff.
quick. It's fast. Yeah. It moves.
Yeah. So
it turns out he really didn't finish the model. He just brought it out to fly before it was done.
Oh man. No, it was. It was.
Crash,
I think it was finished. I don't know. I think it was finished. It was flying.
It's not finished now.
No, he needs a boom and blades and I think a canopy. But it didn't really really do that much damage. But that he put in
it wasn't flying during the video. It was just you on the other side of the camera with the fishing pole holding it up in the air then.
Ugh. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, where's that button?
I'm an idiot. Oh, come on.
Oh, dude. That was him. He was flying it.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, it was flying good.
The
sounded amazing.
Backyard or whatever.
And he did the flight in the morning in the backyard.
Yeah.
But he's got the upgraded motor in it, and the thing sounded great, man. Competition motor, or whatever. And thing sounded really good, man.
Nice.
So that's really all I did in the hobby. I came back, and I think Sunday I was messing around in the garage, just getting some of the RC like ground stuff, just that I have back together. Messing around with the little crawler, that little 24 scale, doing a couple of things to that. But that's it. Who's next?
You want to go, Andy?
Yes, I'll go. I've been keeping up with my flying, about 2 flights every day, 4 flights some days.
Nice.
I didn't fly today. I flew yesterday, and I have not kept up with the simming. I have simmed, but not every day. I did get on the Discord with Kevin, 2 or 3 people. Iaen wasn't there. I don't know. We were discussing you, Iaen. We thought maybe you fell off a cliff, got stuck in quicksand. Whatever happens in Kansas City, we don't know.
I was looking at the back of my eyelids.
But so I simmed, I don't know, probably an hour, and hung out with some guys. And it was good. And that's about it. I mean, I feel like that I may be getting a little bit better, maybe a little better than I was when I quit flying last spring. I don't know. I'm at least to that level, if not maybe a little bit better.
Okay.
So that's good. seeing a little bit of progress. Slow, but a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about trying to get a couple flights in every day.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I can bring the Oxy 5 to the office with me and, charge some batteries up. But I have a hard time disconnecting from work, If I go out there, like, I don't think it'll be too bad, but if something happens, I'll be like, I should have just stayed or just went to lunch and not come here, but I don't know.
What do you mean, like go to the field? You can go to the field from your job that quick or something?
Yeah, it's like 7 minutes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you could go there for lunch, basically. Like go there, eat a sandwich, take 2 flights, and come back within an hour for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
I should do that. Should start doing that.
Do that one day. Go.
Maybe not.
55.
Maybe just do it a couple days a week, like Tuesday, Thursday, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess just whenever the weather's fitting.
That as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's been good. I've been getting a little more, I've talked about before how I was not very motivated. I'm feeling it a little bit again. So
Cool.
That's nice. Yeah, got to get some more helis built.
Yeah. Got a lot of stuff.
I've still not found the motivation to build anything, but I've found the motivation to fly. So that's at least a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get that Spectre V2 together.
Yeah, I know.
Before there's a V3.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I crashed the original one, and it sat here for like a year and a half till the V2 come out.
Oh my gosh, I remember. Yeah.
Think I can wait long enough and the V3 will be here? Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put that together pretty soon. You'll see it soon, Kevin.
Soon, very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. Hey, so what happened to the original? Did you still have it, or did you sell it?
No, I still got it. I'm transplanting the electronics out of it into the new one.
Cool.
So, yeah. Well, part of them, actually, the ESC and the motor went into the raw when I built it. So all it has in servos right now. So.
Hell yeah.
Yep, I got that Ego Drift motor for the V2, and I got a YGE ESC for it. So I just moved the servos, and I'm good to go. I need to get that built soon.
Soon. Very soon.
Soon. Very soon. It's almost
like
ready.
I know.
I know.
Cool.
I know. I got to hurry up. I don't like being compared to a Steve. Any Steve, really.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
Yep. So who's left? Anybody?
It's just me.
Steve? What
All
you
right.
got, Steve?
Hold on to your pants. Go get a coffee. Go to use the bathroom. Got a couple of points here.
Oh, okay.
So I have bought some stuff. I ordered a Spirit RS from Spirit, from I think the Czech Republic.
I was actually looking at those the other day, thinking about getting one.
Yeah. So
Cool.
I got that coming in. It should be coming in, I think, by this weekend.
When I think Czech Republic, that's not the first thing I think of. But go ahead.
Yeah. The other day I was looking in the garage and I have my like EFX racer just kind of like sitting against the wall with the nose kind of down. I'm like, I haven't flown that thing in a while, and I have a V-bar on it. I have a Mini on there. So I'm like, I need to fly, but I remember the motor was just like shot. Like it sounded like shit. The bearings were gone, and it didn't really pull hard. So I went on Hobby King. I was like, I wonder how much a replacement motor is. It was like $17. I was like, all right, let me get that. So I got a replacement motor for that coming in, and while I was at Hobby King, of course, I'm gonna order some XT60s, so I could have leads and whatever. And yeah, then I flew some stuff.
Nice.
So come Saturday, I got out and I flew a bunch with my club member Tony. Guy's he flies planes, but he's kind of jumping back into the helis because of me.
Nice.
I inadvertently might have suggested like when he's ready, there's other like radio systems out there and flybarless units and stuff, and like because he's having some issues getting like his older equipment set up, and like I said, if he finds interest, I said, hey, want to try, maybe look for like a UV control or something in a Neo, and he found one, yeah.
Nice.
So he bought this guy's Patrick's V control and a Neo, and he got it installed on the. He has an OG like original Goblin 500, like the
Oh
original.
wow.
And that's kind of like, he really likes that helicopter, so he put it on there first, and I helped him get it all set up. So we got it maiden that day, successfully maiden. I flew it a little bit, and then he flew it. And then I might have broke. I mean, no, I didn't might. I broke the helicopter.
You
Oh,
broke
no.
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he takes off, and he's kind of, he's new. He's newer. Like he can kind of go back and forth, and he can hover. He can kind of side and hover and stuff. Move the heli around a little. But he was hovering it, and he was fine. But he's very nervous. Like I said, it's kind of like his, like I guess his shelf queen, or like he really
Yeah,
likes
his
this
favorite
helicopter.
heli of all time.
Yeah, all time. And I'm
That's
like,
not made anymore.
I'm like, all right. He's like, you wanna? I'm like, okay. Let me see. Let me feel how it is. Let me see if it needs a little adjustment. I went through different banks and adjusted his tail a little. And then I'm like, he's like, well, I don't know if he said it or I said it, but I think I might have been like, you have rescue on this, right? Have you ever tried rescue? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, let's try it. So I banked 45 or like maybe more, like 50 degrees, and I hit rescue. And it's like, whoop, it did his thing. I did this, like, whoop, it did his thing. It didn't shoot off any weird way or anything. It went straight up, level straight up, pop up. So I'm like, here, I'm gonna show you what happens when it's inverted. In case when you're starting ready to do inverted, I flip it over and I hit rescue, and I was nose in, so it went like vroom, and kind of goes like a 45. It does like like a corner flip. So it flips over and it's fine, but I'm like, I hear something. Here's something weird, and it sounds like a kind of like a belt slap or like a weird noise. I'm like, I don't know what the hell it is. So I'm just like telling, like, mad rushing it back, land the damn thing, right? Like, something sounds weird. And we were looking at it and everything looked fine. I did like a flight on my helicopter and we we're talking, and then he was packing it away, and when he was folding the blades, he noticed something. There was probably about a sixth or a fifth of the main gear missing. A whole chunk of the main gear, like, gone.
Stripped out.
Jeez.
No, not stripped out. Gone. Like, broke off.
Fell out.
So it's like, so that noise I was hearing was contact, nothing. Contact, nothing. Contact. Now it's that weird noise I was hearing. So yeah, it stripped out or broke
How
the
the hell
main
would
gear.
that have broke?
I have no idea. Now this model's
Weird.
super old, and it has been sitting for a while, so it could have been the plastic just getting.
Old,
it was plastic,
fatigued,
yeah. So the plastic was getting maybe fatigued and old, So like it's an original Goblin 500, like OG, like not when they like reissued it with 2 canopies and 2 blades and all that stuff. Like I'm talking about like before then.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. So I mean, no problem. The 570 gear is the same 68 tooth main gear, fits in there, same size. So
Oh wow.
he has a replacement coming already. But I was like, ooh, I don't like flying anyone else's shit. But so that day, though, I did so first flight of the day. I went out to the field to do to do the maiden of the Goblin Raw 580, but like I didn't want to start the day with that heli first, and usually I go with the smallest heli first. I tried to start my Kraken 580 from having it fixed from the crash, with all the electric parts, right? The electric head, boom, all that stuff was electric, and everything else seemed fine on it. So and I did start the motor and test hover and well, this was before. Sorry, I'm getting a little mixed up. But I got home. I got at the field and I was trying to start it. And I'm sitting there and I have a video clip. I was like, bah, to the 6S batteries and blah, blah, and I just kept on hitting the damn start and it wouldn't start. It had compression. It had everything. And then I look and I'm like, what the hell? I guess I took the muffler off to like work on the helicopter, and then when I put the muffler back on, I didn't put the gasket on, so like the gasket was like sticking out, so there's a big ass gap in the thing. So
Oh.
I guess it just didn't have proper back pressure or anything, so it just didn't start. Probably wasn't even pumping in fuel because it didn't have pressurized, like a back pressure to kind of feed it. So yeah, so I put that away. So I'm like, oh, I guess I got the 580 maiden, or do I? I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna bring out the raw nitro because I really like this helicopter.
Nice.
And that first flight, I recorded it, and literally it was like first flight. Like I put the heli down, fresh tracks on the snow, like first thing, and I had a fantastic flight. Like it took me literally 30 seconds for me to just kind of like, I'm warmed up. And I just went right into it, and I just started having fun with it and trying different things and working on stuff. And man, like, I landed and I was like, I'm gonna fill it back up, and I flew it again. Like I didn't even like the raw 580 still stand in the car, like in the truck. I was having so much fun, and then by then Tony got there, so I was like, okay. And after his maiden, I did my maiden, and it went well. The first actual maiden flight, which I hate recording maiden flights because it's like I take off, I see what's going on and land, I maybe adjust some things, and I do it again a couple of times, and it's like, it's not like when you see like someone like fairly confident in their piloting skills, they're like, wow, they just take off and do a half barrel flip and start banging the shit out of the helicopter brand new, So I'm like, whatever. But I recorded it. I did some tuning. I had to make some crazy adjustments not crazy adjustments, but I made a lot of adjustments on the ACN points. That first, like when I took off and I was hovering there, I was hovering a 580, a 600 580 size, like at like 1300 RPM, and it was like everything was wobbling and everything. But yeah, once I went up to bank 2, it definitely cleaned that up. So with the 7S, I was calling out the head speeds. I was, let's just call it, but I don't care about the low ones because it's geared. It's actually geared too low. I need to go up to a 19th or 22th. But I'm getting about 21 on the head, 2120, 2150 on a 7S pack. On an 8S pack, I get about 22 and change, 2250, 2240, and that's actually really nice. It feels good.
That's at 85% throttle?
That's at 90%.
90%?
Yeah.
I thought it'd have been a little higher than that.
Yeah, me too.
On 8S. That's weird.
So, but yeah, it flew really good on bank 3. So I'm gonna probably put in another like a 2 or 2. I'm gonna just get both and try each out and see what I like best.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far I got about 5 flights on it, and yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's already becoming one of those helis where I'm like, it's gonna be cheap to fix. Let's go. Let's have fun with it, So we're gonna talk about some wrenching. So I did come home and do some wrenching. I did fix the 580 Kraken Nitro. I hovered it in my front driveway, and it hovered fine. And then I started working on another project that I don't know how long I've had this little 450 scale fuselage, but I started. I'm gonna basically use my Oxy 4 as a donor. So I started mocking that up, and I'm gonna build a little 450. I don't know what it is. It's a Coast Guard. I think it's like a 109, I believe.
Augusta 109.
Yeah, I think it's like the 700 I had. It's very similar looking, but it's a Coast Guard theme, and I want to build that up. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a try and see what that looks like.
Cool, man.
Nice.
Yes.
That's something we were talking about back when the Oxy 3s came out. Remember, Steve? 285, and we're like, I wonder if they'd fit in the 450 fuselage.
Yep.
The 4, yeah, fit nice.
The Oxy 4 does fit, and I sent you guys a picture of it like mocked up with the boom in there and everything. But it's very long, like the way the battery lays in the front and the ESC's underneath there. So I am gonna have to do some hacking on the frames to get it fit, but it is what it is. Also, the other thing is it's raked. I don't know if you ever noticed that it's raked very forward. So the carbon on the front touches before the carbon on the back, which means that the boom tries to sit lower in the back. So I got to build up something or cut the front of the frame equal to make it a little bit more of a. I can build a little, plywood platform for it to fit in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So there's gonna be some of that talk, I guess, in the next couple of episodes as I, start working on it and then get annoyed and throw it out the window and say, screw this shit. I don't want to
So
bother.
I'll be interested when it's for sale in 3 months.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna sell it. I think there's another purpose of this thing, but we'll see. We'll see. I gotta get it done before I can think about the next step. And then I have one last thing that's kind of popped up just because I may or may not have flown some today. I may have possibly met up with someone today. And let me see if you guys recognize this voice here.
Hey.
You guys know who that is?
I don't
Yeah.
know, he sounds like an asshole to me.
Oh.
It's interesting you said that. He has a message for you too. Yeah, you want to
Oh
hear it?
yeah,
Andy?
let's hear it.
All right, here we go.
Fuck off, Andy.
It sounds like a perfect response to what you just said.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. All right.
That has me baffled now. Because originally it sounded like Cliff Lewis, but then after he said that, he sounded like Steve Shaw.
Ooh, it does kind of, huh? Interesting.
Ugh.
Yep.
No, but it is Cliff. I did meet up with Cliff today, and I may not have gotten some flights in.
Nice.
So I did the Kraken 580 Nitro, because I got it fixed. I'm like, ooh, let me fly that first. Something's weird with it. It flies, and the motor sounds kind of okay at like a hover, but as soon as I punch out, the motor just dies. Like it didn't die on me, but it felt like it was dying. It was like choking
What
up.
engine you got in there?
It's 55 HDR. So I don't know if something got messed up in there or not. I didn't really look. Like I looked at the ring. The ring looked good when I had the pipe off, but I don't know if something else. But so something felt weird. Like every time and I tried tuning it, like thinking maybe it was rich, because it was a lot colder. The last time I flew it compared to today, because today was like almost 50 degrees here, which is actually pretty warm for, I guess, us. I don't know where we are in this map here, north, south, somewhere on the side. But
Mid-Atlantic.
Mid-Atlantic, yeah. So yeah, that is something's wrong with that. So I kind of all right, shut it off, landed it, put it back away.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I went straight to the raw 700. So I guess I'm gonna fly this. And again, I don't know something about this helicopter. It's like I take off and it was bogging a shit ton. I went about 6 clicks leaner, and it started finally waking up, and it wasn't bogging as much, and it was kind of like, okay, so it's flyable. I could still kind of bog it if I, jab the sticks, but it was flyable, and I just got comfortable, like literally 30, 40 seconds into it, and I'm just having fun. I'm trying different things. Just weird, like Saturday I was doing loops this way, and this time I was doing loops this way, and I don't know, and I was doing the loops where I go up and chain them around and stuff. Like it just felt like doing different things. It was weird. And I was doing different maneuvers, but then I go back into my little back flip 180, front flip 180, my little I don't know what those things are called, but my little maneuvers. But yeah, I had a good time. Didn't do a lot of flying. It was it was more
Nice.
just hanging out, and besides Cliff, there was also Sean Wilcox. He was there, and he had this really nice orange raw. It looks familiar. It looked like someone I knew had one. Fully decked out, Tava and everything. I think it had it was nice. It was orange, full orange boom, full orange canopy, like the whole orange, perfect. Yeah, but Sean had it, but Cliff was flying it, which looked very at home with him. So it's cool. Sean had this huge 35% airplane, you know. And then, but he was doing some like crazy knife edge, like just bank turn pulls, like wow, like super fast, super loud, gasser, it's a huge gasser, but yeah, that was cool. So I might have picked up something new to play with today too.
Oh
Part
yeah.
of the reason why I was meeting up with Cliff is I got me a new radio to play with as well. So
Nice.
obviously, I have my V control and the Neos, and today I picked up a T16IZ Futaba. Yeah,
Cool.
and he threw in a
Nice.
CGY 750 and a receiver for it, and I'm like, it's a 750. I was such a snob. I'm like, I really want the integrated receiver, so I'm gonna have to go see if I can find a 760. I might have a source for. I'm gonna see if I can maybe borrow or buy off if he has one for spare. Perhaps we'll see. But yeah,
Don't you have a Jetty as well somewhere?
yeah. So this is kind of where I'm getting at is I don't know. After the battery review, I kind of wanted to not do another review per se. Maybe in the future maybe it will be a review, but I wanted to just try different things. Like recently I wanted to try different servos. I want to try different things. I've tried different batteries and kind of pick my favorite from there and go from there. Like all these things in the hobby. I've just I have the option. I'm not sponsored by anything as far as the transmitter. Like I'm not sponsored by V-Bar or Mikado. Well, Mikado I am through Maniacs, but not through V-Bar. And the V Control. So and Futaba and Jetty or anyone else. So I just kind of was like, this is something I can play with without angering any of my sponsors, the people that support me, so companies that support me. So I figured, why not? Let me put some money into this and kind of have some fun with it.
Cool.
Right on.
Dude, you talking about the 500 original made me think of when I went over to Gina's field there. There was a dude that had a 570, like original 570 or whatever. And I took a second look at that and I was like, holy shit, this is a 570. I was like, man, I had one of these. My first initial thought was, this looks a lot smaller than I remember. And it's because I guess that was, what was I was flying the 180 at that time. And
Well,
I had
it was big back then
yeah.
to you, but now it's small.
I thought that was so bizarre. And I didn't want to like knock the model because I thought it was a great model. Just yeah. It's
what's interesting about what you just said there? So when you looked at the 570, you're like, oh man, I remember it being much bigger. Doesn't matter from the first time I bought my Goblin 700 competition to like the Raw and all the 700s I have now. I still fly it and I'm like, holy shit, this thing's big. Like the 700s never feeling like they never feel small. They never feel like they always felt big and intimidating. While like all the other helicopters sizes, I agree with you. Like I thought the 420 or 380 was such a big heli, and then I thought the 500 was a big heli, and then I thought like moving up the list.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've had a 766. I've had an 800 too.
Yeah.
I
was gonna say if you flew 800s, 900s a bunch, then the 700s seem small.
Probably, but like a
That's
bunch.
what you get used to. Yeah.
But I don't know. Steve's really right about that. I think about that a lot because I'll fly the Oxy 5 and I'm like, this is a lot of fun and it moves out pretty quick. And then I'll fly the 690 and I'm like, I'm amazed that something this large can move that fast. Like, that kind of runs through my mind. It might just be my setup because Rob and I had messed with my setup a lot, especially in Bank 2. But yeah, you definitely have a good point. Like I still think that any 700 is pretty large and intimidating.
All right. Okay, let's roll into the main topic, huh? What are we talking about? So what's next for you? I don't know. What's next for you in the hobby? We're going right to the end? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. Skip to the end.
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly we're almost the start of we're still in the first month of a new year. You got any plans or goals or What's the next maneuver you guys are trying to master? Maybe that you're working on now, or maybe you've not even started working on, but you would like to learn this year. And just go around the table.
Yeah.
Sure.
What about you, Kevin?
I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised that my 4-point TikToks are getting along as well as they are. And I know last year, I think I had said that I wanted to work on, I don't know if they're pirouetting autos, but starting like tail down and then not pirouetting autos, pirouetting TikToks, which starting like tail down and then being tail up on the other tick and then tail down and the other
Tail
top,
down,
like
nose
sort of
down.
thing.
Tail down,
Mhm.
nose down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the next thing I'm going to work on because I'm already able to do from like nose down and then pushing forward, flipping around the tail down. Like I have that down. It's the other way that I still definitely need a lot of work because it's almost natural now to do that. Sometimes I have to stop myself when I'm in the nose down part of the 4-point TikTok to not like spin it all the way around and just go like 190 degree instead of 180.
Okay, yeah. To flipping
So,
completely.
but it's
to tail
that
down.
other side. And the other thing I could do on the sim, but I got to try it in real life yet is, and I got to do TikTok skids in more is, it's, I don't know what you call this. It's kind of an aileron rolling TikTok where I'm like just TikToking around and just pushing it around the field. Kind of like, you know what I mean?
Rolling circuits. I mean,
Like
TikTok.
TikTok,
circuits.
yeah.
The same orientation, like tail down, but then it rotates around the aileron axis, or more like goes around in a big circle.
Kind of goes around in a big
Talking
circle.
like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
A big circle, like going around, right?
Like a
Not
TikToking
constantly
final.
not constantly being like discing, but like just kind of like
Right.
washing around, like kind of like you were
Mhm.
scooping the batter out of something. More
Like
or
a
less.
TikTok funnel almost.
Yeah, but not having the disc on the inside of the funnel.
I don't know what you're saying. I can't
Sorta like-
picture it.
I don't know if my phone's gonna show up, but sort of like if you were starting out TikToks like this, just like
Yeah.
right around like that, like sort of.
Yeah. Oh, just in place though, not in a funnel. Just in place, rotating the TikTok.
Well, he said in a big circle.
Maybe starting out in a circle first, because I don't think I can do. I haven't done it in place in the sim. It kind of like has to work out. Like kind of looks like a Muppet running in a circle. You know, like, picture, yeah. What was it, Gonzo with his big nose running in a circle with his arms flailing? That's
Yeah.
Okay. But the disc doesn't always stay in or out. It moves a different way.
Yeah, more or less like the right
edge and then
the right aileron would stay towards the middle, point towards the middle all the time. I guess that's more
Okay.
Oh, okay. So TikToks and kind of like goes around
I
itself.
got you. Yeah, it makes a little more sense now.
Yeah.
So what you really need to do is do that, but then it's like go clockwise funnel, but then rotate axially counterclockwise. That would look really cool. So you follow me? TikTok about the aileron axis, but then go in a big circle the opposite way.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So the heli's spinning clockwise, but going in a counterclockwise circle. All while TikToking, nose up or down or whatever.
I was on a Friday night. I was actually doing, what was I working on Friday? Rolling funnels. What was I working on? What the hell was I doing? Pirouetting funnels. I was working on that in the sim a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was starting to get like, I could do, like in real life too, I can do it where I come around, I'm tail down, and I come around to where I'm like nose left. So it's just like I moved it 90 degrees. In the sim, I was actually able to continue on and do it 180, and I got to get that 270 because it's weird because that's really a brain teaser too, because you're not only doing the orientation, you're actually trying to still maintain that funnel and still fly the model, in that, which is which is difficult if you're not sure which the hell way you're supposed to go to begin with. Like I can do nose down funnels and I can do tail down funnels. I'm not too good at hurricanes either way.
Yeah,
So
me
I've
either.
been, I've been learning pirouetting circuits or pirouetting funnels by doing just hitting like 2 or 3 points down or left depending on where the tail is. And it's
Yeah.
Mhm.
so like go and it'll kind of scoop it, go scoop it, and kind of. And if you
Mhm.
can do it like because it's so little movement, it's like you kind of end up kind of following it like a stir a little, which then you start
Mhm.
smoothing
That's
it
what
out.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on, but I also want to be able to fly it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but that's where
to make
yeah,
the little
control.
corrections to where I'm at. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I've been working on and what I hope to work on next.
Nice.
Guess I could go next. I only have like pretty much, I guess, one thing. So there's this like new maneuver I've been kind of doing. It's like a TikTok, but like it's like 90s of each other. So like it kind of
Mhm.
starts at a 45, and then on the other TikTok it's a 100 like 45. I mean 90 degrees the other way, and then back.
Right. So like tail down, but tail left 45 degrees, and then
Yeah.
to the other side's tail right 45 degrees.
Yeah. So like the helicopter basically looks like it. I don't know, it's not gonna show up in this thing, but basically, yeah, you just see it like
Mhm.
bouncing like this in the sky. I can do it on electrics. Superpower, stupid power, right?
Mhm.
Just do it. I could do it like no problem on the raw, but on the nitro, that's where I'm like, you know. So,
Yeah.
when that Saturday I was doing it, and there's a certain point where like I could kind of get, I don't, I can kind of control the collective and not dig too much, and get it where it's like, and you don't hear bogging or anything, just you hear like the TikTok noise.
Mhm.
But so I know I can do it. I got to perfect that. So that's really
Mhm.
I want to just perfect that a lot, and then just get some more flying in. I think just flying a lot flying as much as possible. And I think I'm at a point in my like flying thing where I don't really think about orientation. I just kind of like do the thing, and I kind of know where it is, and like if I want to do something, I can just like know like okay, I want to move the helicopter to the left, and I just do it. So
Mhm.
I try not to think about it now. It's kind of I don't want to say instinctual, but I guess I don't know.
Mhm.
Um, but but with that, I can just like fly, and if I want to try something different, I just kind of try it, and I don't feel worried that I'm gonna like lose orientation and freak out and like oh shit,
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm getting a little more confident in my flying, I should say, I guess. So
Nice.
Right on.
all right, who's next?
I'm next, I guess. Um, I've been working on, like, already started working on more Piro stuff. Like, the goal is be able to take off, start Piroing, and not have to stop. Go around circles, do flips, do whatever.
Yeah,
Now
stationary, whatever, right? Like
I'm a long, long way from being able to do loops and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, but I'm getting a little bit better at the Piro flips. Piro, flip it over, fly around a little bit inverted, maintain it kind of trying to maintain it level, flip back up upright, maybe do a Piro circuit. I won't call them hurricanes or funnels because it's more flat, but go around in a circle. Yeah, I'm working on it. It's definitely not there yet, but my Piro flips are getting much better, much more comfortable with those. I don't
Nice.
know if it's a full, I don't know. It kind of varies. Like it sort of starts off as a half Piro flip and then maybe doesn't fully make it to like a full flip per Piro or however you want to do that. I never have really been able to figure out exactly the difference between a half Piro, full Piro and a double and all that because is it the Piros per half flip or the Piros per flip or
Puros
I don't know.
per
So
yeah, it's a puros per half flip. So if it's a full puro flip, it's a puro per flip.
per half flip.
Per half flip. So when you
Yeah,
flip
yeah, yeah.
inverted, your nose in, flip upright, your tail in again. Right. So like, but you
Yeah.
do the full 100 full
Mm-hmm.
rotation, not
Okay.
180s. So
Well, I'm somewhere
you know,
around in there. It just varies and depends. But basically, just trying to start Piro and end up inverted flat in one spot and then back the other way
Mhm.
while doing circuits and stuff in between.
Heck yeah.
So that's kind of my
awesome.
goal for this year.
Nice.
Kevin's working on flippy shit. I'm gonna work on spinny shit.
And I'm working on. Oh, I'm wearing a shirt. Hold on.
You're working on a shit? Oh. You're on TikTok.
Is on
into
I don't know if you
TikTok
can
into
see it.
greatness. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what
Actually,
I'm working
I
on
think that's
TikTok.
what Kevin's doing. Kevin's trying to TikTok into greatness,
Yeah.
Boy, TikToks, yeah.
and that
Yeah.
movement that henceforth will be known as the Muppet Dance. Whenever he masters it.
Yeah.
What's another maneuver I've been trying to kind of like practice is kind of what Kevin was doing the 4-point TikToks, right? Like you rotate,
Mhm.
but to be my cat is trying to go nuts with my headphone cord, but like I want to be able to I want to get comfortable doing that like transition,
Mhm.
Transition's cool. You really get it down and you're just like in that like while you're flipping, you just like you kind of do
Right.
a little piro, it's like cool.
Yeah, that's what always messes me up because I'm not very good with the nose down
Mhm.
TikToks, like disc in, but I have been working on the nose left, which is the harder way,
Yeah,
and
that's the
the
harder way.
tail down and nose right are pretty much okay. But when I start to transition, shit gets all wonky.
You get like ooh whoa
It's
wrong
like-
way.
Ends up spinning, like,
Yeah.
turning the wrong way, and all kinds of shit happens.
What,
Not puro the wrong way, but like the axis will spin around on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just poor inputs with my fingers.
Another thing I tried to work on today was you know how when you see people do like the big bend, they're like TikTok,
Mhm.
TikTok, and I try to go from the nose right to tail
Mhm.
down or nose up, and I kind of get it, but I get like a weird. Sometimes the transition doesn't get like this; it gets more
Mhm.
like this, like it
Mhm.
gets all like
Right.
wonky.
That's what happens to me.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, if you could do that in a 45, like TikTok, without having it go that way, if you're tail down, like
Mhm.
pointing in that, that's pretty amazing. Haven't tried that yet.
Yeah. Stuff like that is always good to throw in, like off axis, like
Mhm.
45-degree TikToks or something,
Yeah.
because you don't see that a lot. So it's cool to throw those in if you can do them. So, what about you, Ian?
Yeah,
You got
Ian.
anything you're working on?
As of right now, the last time I flew, I was doing a little bit more of the the half piros and stuff. But ultimately, I think I need to just work on cleaning up my flying in general. Work on more of the side orientations and the tougher nose in. I still
Mhm.
have a lot of trouble with nose in. Flying towards myself, like say for example, if I'm doing like a figure eight, I can do figure eights just fine. But as far as hovering, that's where I really struggle as far as like nose in.
Mhm.
And I think I need to work on doing like transitions. It's like, yeah, I can do TikToks. Yeah, I can do half piros. But there's points in my flying that you can see that it's like, okay, what am I going to do next? What can I do here to, go into the next maneuver? So I
Learn
think that's
rainbows. I've been having a lot of fun with rainbows too, because you can like rainbow back this
Yes.
way, turn it, push that way, flippity floppity do, come back this way. Like you can have some fun rainbows, and it's just
See,
as
I haven't
basic
done
like
the
TikTok.
I haven't done the turn with those yet. So it's like I can do a rainbow, but I haven't
Just
made
roll.
that like
Just straight up, just roll. You don't have to do tail. You just roll and then push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have all your like circuits, like figure eights and stuff? Because I like to use those. Like if you're doing TikTok and then stand it up on this tail and then go do a funnel or a hurricane, and
Yeah.
then when you come back around, do something else. Do a half piro or something, just to break it up. So as long as you don't ever have to like stop. If you stop and hover
Yeah, it's
and
like
then start
TikTok,
something else,
hover,
it looks
then start
yeah.
flipping.
You don't
it
want to do
looks
that.
like,
Whatever you do, just keep moving.
right.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, even circuits and figure eights and funnels and hurricanes are good ways to like
It looks
break
good.
it up, stick between
Absolutely.
different maneuvers.
And it's like another thing I haven't done yet was, I mean, I have done funnels, but I think it was like a spur of the moment thing, and I don't remember exactly what I did then.
Practice it, then, dude. You're gonna crash. Practice it.
Initially, they're not that hard to do. I mean,
Oh.
you're not really moving the sticks that much. It's initially
Confidence of holding
getting
it
into that
when it
orientation.
comes like
yeah.
And
Yeah,
also how you get into it. Some people get into it odd. Like I just go right into it. Some people have to like flip into it, and so you might have to find a way for you to kind of like initiate that momentum to get into it.
yeah.
I found nose down, disc in is very easy to learn because it's
And
just
that's
like you're
exactly
doing a
what I
bank
did.
turn. You just add more rudder, and then all of a sudden you're in a funnel. So it's very easy to like get the feel of how to work, how to hold the sticks and move it in or out or up or down. And then once you get a feel for that, then you can do disc out and do all the other things inverted.
Yeah, see, I did disc in, nose down, and I did like maybe like a revolution and then fell out of it. And it's like, okay, I'll try something else. And that's how my ADD works,
But
it's
Iaen,
on to the next thing.
Iaen, touching on what Andy said about keeping things moving, and Steve say the same thing. I noticed that it came to a point where I was like, oh, I'm forward flying here, and I'm usually coming at this and always forward flying.
So
Like
let it go.
I could throw in a front flip as I come across the field, like next time.
Yeah.
Yep.
A roll,
Roll.
flip,
You know?
loop.
Yeah, traveling
Yeah.
flips are fun too. You figure out the collective, and you can push, flip, push. Traveling flips are fun.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So it'll
And-
more. What I'm trying to say is it'll more or less come naturally that you'll want to add more stuff to it as you're doing it.
Yeah.
I've noticed that because, like, even like, say if I'm bringing it back, going, doing reverse flying, pretty much bringing it back to me, I can always, put it into, just pull forward on the elevator and just, kick it into either like a half pyro or just a forward flip, and then typically when I do that, I flip it back over and just punch it further out.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's some stuff that I do, but it's just since I've been learning like the half pyros and stuff, it's like I can either do like the Mobiuses, but like after I'm done with that, I sometimes find myself just kind of pausing, be at a quick hover, and then it's like, okay, I'll do this. So I need to work on filling that out, but I also need to in general clean up my flying a little bit more.
Do you fly left and right a lot, or do you fly like out and back to yourself?
I do fly left and right. It's just a lot of the maneuvers I've learned so far is just kind of basic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think everyone learns to do a punch out, and then they get kind of like, it's cool. Like punch out and tail whip. You're like, ooh, that looks good, and they kind of get used to that forward back stuff, even though not really the best.
For
practice.
me, that's when you watch somebody fly, if they go out and back a lot and don't go left and right, it's pretty obvious that I don't know. It looks better to go left and right, I guess is what I'm saying. Fly in front of yourself, off your right shoulder, do something, come back off your left shoulder, back and forth, and do a maneuver in the middle, or do circles or whatever. I mean, I feel like we all started going out and back, but once you move past that, it looks much, much, much better.
I mean,
think
about the first things we learned, like, hover, right? And then the first thing I want to flip this thing inverted, So it's like, you flip it, but then what do? You flip it right back over, and it's always like flipping away from you. Hopefully, you're not a person that flips towards themselves, so you're always flipping away. So you're kind of getting that, like, you're getting used to it right from the day one when you're like trying to learn anything, the wrong way, learning 3D, like going right into it.
I
Exactly.
still do that. I still flip forward, and like if I don't know what I'm doing and my brain's thinking, I'll flip forward and then I'll flip again, and okay, now I can do this, or I was working on that. Let me try this. But I'm doing more stuff left to right, right to left.
Absolutely, and
I think it looks better.
Yeah,
for sure.
The last time I was on the simulator.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. No, I was gonna say the last time I was on the simulator, I tried doing aileron TikToks. I'm nowhere near trying that in person yet. It was ugly. It was
took me a
bad.
long time to be able to do aileron TikToks either way. Like for some reason, what I was doing is I was adding elevator, so it would always like start turning on me, getting weird, out of shape.
Yeah.
So eventually, I just keep at it. You'll get it.
Oh yeah, eventually. It's like right now, it's pretty much tail end. Like whenever I did it on the simulator, but it's just like one of those things. It's pretty much the same thing that you were talking. It's like wanting to turn, or it just
Mhm.
doesn't come back at the same altitude, or it just looks horrible. So it's like I'm nowhere near trying it in person yet because I don't feel like driving anything in the ground just yet. So
Felt like
it's just one.
sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I felt like when I started flying a lot of the M2, or the Logo 200, I feel like doing aileron TikToks on that taught me how to like move on the elevator axis while I'm TikToking. So I could TikTok
Mhm.
and I can move it like
Make
this. I
corrections.
could move it like this. Yeah, I can make corrections.
Mhm.
Like, but on the nose, like pushing the nose out or tail, like that, like pushing
Mhm.
that axis. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think just keep practicing it.
Time, experience. If you're anything like me and you're a white boy with no rhythm, it's just that much harder.
Oh
I
yes.
couldn't even do tail down TikToks for the longest time because I got no
The
rhythm.
timing.
What can I
Yeah.
say?
Try with some music, maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't like music.
Music
That's
helps.
why you have no rhythm.
You need a tempo in the background. It helps.
Let's just get Andy a metronome. So all it goes.
You need to go down Sunday morning, see Cleotis James, get you boys some rhythm.
Oh boy, aren't you from the South?
Yeah. I was gonna say so were the Blues Brothers, but they weren't. They were from Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what about our next things to build or changes of equipment? Steve already talked about he's going to try out some new stuff. Iaen, you're going to build something, right? Or got something coming?
Got a few things.
What about you, Kevin? You got anything this year you'd like to build or do or change?
I don't know. I got all those parts, those 690 parts from Rob. I might put another one of those together, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm like really happy with the two models that I have, and
Mhm.
I know I got to clear things up because I got Steve Shaw got in my face at the office today, and when we were packing things up, his wife said, "Well, how many models do you have, Kevin?" And I said, "Oh, I just have these two," and I thought she meant how many do I have to bring. So
Mhm.
Steve was like, "Why did you tell my wife you only had two?" Now she's thinking,
Why
"Why do you
he's in
have
trouble.
so many?" Right. Now he's in trouble for having like 18.
Uh-huh.
And
God.
so, and I said, "No, I have the 550, the Logo 550, and I got a couple of little oxys." But I don't know. I might mess around with that. I mean, if they ever do, I know that the world is upside down right now, and if they ever get the flash out, I'd like to try that.
Mhm.
I don't know, or if I get a good deal on something, who knows? I might have something new. I don't know.
All right.
I
Steve,
really like
sell him something at a good deal so he has something new to use.
I do like the Raw. I think that's a pretty cool
Yeah.
machine.
We'll talk.
I saw one fly this weekend, and man, he had like 3,000 head speed on it. And
Mhm.
when you hear these, I don't know. I shouldn't say this. You might be listening, but who knows? But when you see it, you meet up with somebody new at the field, or it's their field, and you're a guest, and just you'd never seen the guy fly before, and they take off and they do like 3,000 head speed. You're like, yeah, I'm not taking my eye off this guy. I have no idea how he's gonna fly.
Right.
I say the same thing, but it's usually like because it's either gonna be like an awesome flight or it can be an awesome crash. So it's like, I'm not gonna. I want to see what's gonna go happen with this.
Or
thing.
the guys that can do a lot of maneuvers, but they do them so twitchy that you're thinking he's like one step over the line. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of like pushing it.
that little bit too far. Yeah.
Mhm.
Those are the guys I don't take my eyes off of. And then
My
there's
f-
Mike D. I never took my eyes off him when he
Mm.
flew.
My favorite is the guy that spools up about 2,400 on a 700. He's doing like a front flip, punch out, hover.
14 pitch pumps.
Yeah. Like
Hey,
a
I
half
like doing pitch
flip.
bumps.
Maybe
Those are fun.
a really quick Piro that he doesn't have to correct for anything. Back
Like,
to tail end. I'm
Yeah.
always like, and he can do that for 3.5 minutes and he's out of battery. I'm like, why are you running double head speed that you need for this? I never have understood that. You guys have any input?
I mean, maybe they just didn't know.
Yeah.
I
You know, that
guess.
like you could turn it down and actually
I
still
don't
do what
know.
you want to do, but and also get like an extra 2 minutes of flight time.
Maybe. I don't know. That's the head speed the pros use. So
Yeah, and that's what it
good
says
for
in the
everyone.
manual, I'm
Yeah.
sure, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're like, well, sport. Now I want to learn 3D, so I'm going to set up the 3D
Right.
head
But
speed,
I mean,
right?
you guys have seen it, right? Where a
Yeah.
guy's got like just screaming and he's not doing anything, hovering or something. Yeah. Anyway,
I think it's a beginner thing because I mean, let's be honest. I did the same thing. You know, my first couple of years. I have like
I
a
was just
screaming
about
head
to
speed.
say that sounds like something Iaen would do.
I think I do
Yeah.
the same thing too. I mean, I used to be known for some pretty high head speeds on my heli.
Since I put the Drake back together, got the new EAC in there. I think I've only gone into bank 3 like one time, and otherwise I've been on bank 2 like the entire time.
Bank
So
3 is for, I don't know what to do anymore. I just need to burn this pack.
that or okay, I feel ballsy. I'm gonna do a speed pass.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I
yeah,
have
of
it for.
course.
Bank 3.
Yeah, I got mine set to.
I use bank 5 for
22.
that.
Well,
I'm going to have the 18th conditional on mine.
Jeez.
So.
I am always in bank 3 and.
Yeah, but Kevin, you probably gear your heli like I would. That bank 3 would be, 2,000 or whatever. Your
2100,
1950, maybe 21.
maybe.
Your normal head speed. You're not like these other knuckleheads where bank 3 is like 2,400.
No.
Mine's 2250 on the Drake.
Exactly. My point made for me.
Jeez.
Oh,
Hey, the manual says 1900. I went 1950.
yeah, that's perfect.
Pushing it.
So I figured out what you got to do, Kevin. This summer, it's going to be a year you've been in Florida.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure
It's a
by
goblin.
Florida state law, you have to have a goblin. So raw 580, take the stuff out of the logo 550, put in it.
Would that work? 550, just the power equipment?
Maybe put a bigger motor in it. It'd be
That
fine.
would work, yeah.
What do you think of that plan? You don't ever fly that 550? I never hear you talk about it.
No. Because I got to bring my DX6i out.
Oh, yeah, you don't have a
Still
Neo for
bound to that. I don't have a Neo for it.
We'll
But
get
you're
a
right.
Neo.
But I don't know if I would fly it if it was a raw 580 either, though.
Why not?
Because if I'm gonna go to that size, I'm gonna
Get
Oxy
a model
5.
from this decade while you're at it.
Yeah, no. Maybe I should.
I'm just aggravating you.
No, you bring up a good point.
You could everything but probably the motor would work. Well, you got a 120 hobby wing in there.
No, yeah, that one I'm not sure. Might be a 130.
Oh shit!
Yeah, then
That
you're
would
good.
definitely. You could even do 12S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That could be a 130 in there. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I don't even remember. Been so long. It's a 130 in Oxy 5. Only because I remember getting good deals on that one.
Right.
But if I get anything new, I want to go 700 size.
All right. Well, raw 700 then.
Yeah.
Or Spectre V2. That would
also a
suit
good
you
one.
probably better actually.
I feel like it's very fast. It's a very fast heli. It feels.
It
very
doesn't
good.
have to be though. I mean, you can
Yeah.
tune it down a little bit.
But like I just feel like, yeah, to definitely tune it down. But like if you set it up like as you would set up another helicopter, it's gonna feel way faster.
Maybe, yeah. It's so cheap to crash though.
Yeah, but isn't a lot of the quickness in how much pitch you put in it, or am I not saying?
No, it's also like the throw, the geometry, but the servos are like the servos are upside down, so they're on the bottom, so they have a lot of leverage with their throw. I don't know, it's just the geometry of the head, and everything's pretty compact in, so it's really sensitive, or
Yeah, but I'm sure I could tone things down.
yeah, like you can tone it down by your setup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like the XL Powers models. I love the Spectre. I was gonna get one of those until Mike D bought it out from under me, and I gotta bust his chops because he's always like, "If you want it, you can have it. Just take it, man. I'll sell it to you. Take it, whatever you want." And I'm like, "No, don't worry about it."
Mm-hmm.
We were going back and forth for like 6 months about that. But yeah, maybe we'll see what I don't have any immediate plans other than the Flash to try that, like I've said.
Yeah.
But who knows how things are
We
going.
got to check on Luca. Has anybody heard from him? He was sick last we saw on Facebook, but I haven't seen or heard anything.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't heard.
I hope he's
Yeah,
okay.
it's been like pretty dark as
Mm-hmm.
far as hearing stuff from it, but
I think if we would have heard something extremely negative, I would have probably gotten a call from Rob.
Right.
we would have heard if something. Right, exactly. If that.
So hopefully it's nothing.
Right.
Well, hopefully he's doing okay.
Yeah. But what about you guys? What about you, Andy? You got any plans for anything?
Just these 3 new kits in the box here.
All
I got
the
to
new
build.
kits he has, right?
I also have a Diablo to repair. Well, I have 2 to repair. One to repair for a friend, and then I'm getting his crashed one that he didn't want to repair. So I might have a Diablo something or another. Black Edition 700, whatever.
Damn.
Now, granted, it's going to take more to fix it than it's probably worth because it's a Diablo, and
right,
you got to sell a kidney to buy anything for one. But I might do that. Might try to get that going by the end of the year. Got the gasser, the raw gasser to do, and I got the Spectre V2 to build. And I have a new in the box Protos over here. I was going to build up for like F3C or doing competition, but I'm not super interested in that right now. So I'm not. It may just set for the rest of this year. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I got some projects. What about you, Ian? You gonna get that shuttle finished this year?
Oh.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah.
What's needed on that thing? What do you have to do? What's remaining on it?
2023. That's what's needed.
No. I've got to get a switch glow or glow igniter. Of course, nobody has them in stock.
Just do a freaking stupid
Just
stick,
stick a
man.
battery thing on there. It's
Yeah.
I will for temporarily.
Yeah.
On top of grabbing a couple of the servos I just got in. It needs a tail servo and a throttle servo. I've got to order blades. I've got to order a new tail boom. I've got to order another. It came on like some, more updated models where it has like a secondary tray on the receiver tray, where I can actually mount the Neo and actually have it be on a better surface than being mounted on like the fan shroud or the fuel tank or whatever. I think it's gonna create more of a stable surface on the receiver tray. And during the move, it did get damaged, and the clip that holds the canopy on broke. what had happened is as I was moving something in the room, I accidentally bumped the tail and it came off of the wall and slammed down on the dresser. And it's like, shit, there's no marks or anything on the canopy, but that little plastic piece that holds the canopy in place when it's locked in broke. So I got to order another one of those. So
Sucks when you crash it and you didn't even get
I
to fly
know.
it.
Like
I know.
Rich knocking his heli off the table. Like, gosh, having to fix something that you didn't fly. Oh man.
Oh, I know. But other than that, it's like really just. I mean, there's a few things I still have to order.
You better
another-
get to ordering because I heard Hirobo might not keep selling stuff. Have you heard that? Like,
I have
they
not.
may be done
I don't
soon.
know. I
So
thought that would have been done like 20 years ago.
whatever
to be
you
honest.
need, you
Yeah.
better get it immediately because it may not be available 6 months from now.
Doesn't seem like it's a lot of stuff you need to get. I mean, the canopy is probably gonna be a little bit of money, but
JB weld that shit.
We'll just
Yeah,
put a
oh, the
milk jug
canopy's
on the front
fine.
of it.
Yeah, the
pretty much
canopy's
same
fine.
thing.
It's like that clip at the very top. It's connected between the two frame sides, and it's one of those things that you just push on it unsnaps the canopy.
It's a nitro.
Yeah, it's a nitro.
Buy that shit without a canopy. Who cares?
Yeah.
Clip.
Well, when I do the
And then when you have it on the shelf, you can have the canopy under, and who cares if it's not clipped on or whatever. You can,
Right.
You know.
yeah, true.
And if anybody's listening about that Hirobo stuff, I don't have any source or any news or anything about that. I remember reading that somewhere the last couple weeks. Because before I met Iaen, I thought Hirobo was out of business like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
So I
me
didn't even
too.
know you could.
No.
They still sold stuff. But I think possibly I might have read that they were about to shut down due to lack of sales and the hobby just being, what it is.
Right. And thank you, COVID, of course. But when it comes to the shuttle parts, I think Align did take a lot of notes from them because they still had like stockpiles of just parts for that model, and of course they've been selling it since like '85. So I don't think parts are really gonna ever dry up too soon on the shuttle. I mean, they're more shelf queens than they are flyers anymore.
I was going to ask you, is that the goal for this, to get it flying, maybe fly it a couple times and then hang it on the wall? It's not something you're going to fly very often, I don't imagine.
No,
Or ever.
I think
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Well-
I mean, if I was in your shoes.
it would be like one of those things that I would bring it to like a special event or something if I was to like bring it to like Urcha or whatever. But it would be like one of those once in a while kind of flyers. Just
Right. So it was your dad's heli, right?
yeah, it was my dad's
Yeah.
heli.
I
He
don't
got it.
think I would ever fly it. I would just hang it up and be what it is.
And it has pretty much sat for like a long time. I mean, it's pretty much sat for, I think it's been like 10, 11 years since it's last ran. And
I don't
of
even know
course-
if I would fly it once, because what if there's something fatigued and it
Yeah.
goes in and it's destroyed? Then you're never going to be able to get enough parts to fix it.
I mean, you could still get parts. I mean, pretty
You
much
say that, but
everything that I've switched out so far on it, it's got
there'll
a
always
5
be one part you can't get, or 12.
and
There'll
it's
be
always
something.
it's always that stupid item.
There'll be a gear or a spacer, some weird crap that nobody has in
Where do
stock.
you even get this stuff? You get them online? You said you can get Hirobo parts.
Somewhere in the UK, I think.
Yeah, from Men. It's Memflight. It's MEM and then flight .com. I have to put the actual website in the. I go through the dealer himself on Facebook Messenger. I got him on Facebook, so I just tell him what I need. He sends me a link and then pay it, and then it shows up in like a couple weeks. And of course, with COVID and everything, I'm not sure how that's how much the times have really changed as far as when I should expect the package. But I'll have to place an order with him here soon. That way, I can kind of get cracking away on it, because there's still a few things that I'm trying to finish off as far as repairs on it, and upgrading because obviously for one, I upgraded it from fly bar to fly barless, so all that's new. Converted it from belt start to top start, which it still has the belt to belt started it if I wanted to, but it's still got that classic nostalgia to it. And I'm also in the midst of still getting the parts together to finish off the logo 480 tail rotor conversion. That's a direct fit. The only thing I had to do to actually really make that work is I had to have Keith print off a brace for the two sides of the tail rotor casing that goes on the actual boom. The ones for the logo is a little too tight, so went ahead and had Keith print up some new ones that were just slightly bigger, but otherwise that fits, and it still fits the stock tail fin versus going with the logo 481. So far that's what I've got into that one. But as far as other builds, of course I'm going to be doing the 580 Nitro. I'm also looking at eventually getting the 580 Raw, and then of course I've got the Goblin 630 project still on my bench that I'm stretching it out as to a 700, and I've got the Goblin 420 that I need to get a new ESC for, and a Neo because I stole the Neo for the Black Nitro.
Wow.
Right.
That's a lot of shit.
Nitro.
That sounds like a year of wrenching to me.
It does.
The rate he goes, it'll be 2 years.
It's still faster than Steve Shaw.
All right. Well, okay, rapid fire. Next event. Chill out for me. What about you, Steve?
Chill out.
Kevin. Rapid fire.
Miami.
Amps? Yeah, I was about to say Amps.
Ian.
Spring Fling 2022.
All right.
Sweet.
Cool.
All right. Is that it? Shall we move it on?
Yes.
Let's move it on.
All right. Do we have an Ian's Tech Tip?
We do not.
Ah.
Oh,
No.
man.
I've been busy this week.
This is the first time. This is the first time this year I've been disappointed. Thank you, Ian.
It's the
you're
first
welcome.
time.
This
Never
episode.
mind. I was going to say the first time this episode, but that's not even true.
Oh boy. And I can say that with somewhat fact because I had an issue at work the other day where there was this certain high up person that needed special attention, and they were making a big deal about it, and I was driving over to help them out, and I was saying, man, I could have the worst day here in Florida and it would still beat the best day I ever had in New York City. I walked in with that attitude and I was like, hi, I will help you. And it was fine. No problem.
Right.
Nice.
All right. Well, to continue our string of disappointment, what about news and announcements?
Yeah, do you got news announcements?
It's been extremely slow this week.
We got one thing can announce, a Fun Fly. Where is this? Red River Rotor Extravaganza, May 20th and through the 22nd, 2022. Where the hell is this? Grand Forks, is that Minnesota?
Yeah, Grand Forks, Minnesota. They're just on the other side of the river from North Dakota.
Okay. Check that out. Red River Rotor Extravaganza. 3 days. Going to have camping, auto rotation contest, choreographed freestyle flight, 5 pilot stations, raffle, campfire, night show. Cool. $25.
Landing fee $25, and then for any information, You click on the link. It's got the CD. Dan Hiller is
Click
the
on what
CD.
link? This is a radio format, dude.
Well, the show notes.
Are
Have
you
you
going to put
updated
it in the
them?
show notes?
It is in the show notes.
Are you going to put it in the show notes that our listeners can click on?
Yeah, I can post it.
I don't think
Answer
he
the
understands.
question.
I don't think he understands
That's a
what you're
no,
asking.
but okay. There may or may not be a link somewhere that you can click on at some point somewhere.
Gosh. All right, yeah, we gotta get that fixed.
Yeah, it's been a pretty slow week, guys. I don't know. I think it's the middle of January and everybody's just kind of chilling.
Yeah, recouping. Plus,
Yeah.
oh well, here's a news announcement. Isn't the Chinese New Year coming soon?
Yeah.
Right, so things are gonna get closed down for like 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Or 2 to 3 months, depending
Wait,
on how it
those-
goes.
Those Chinese got to take off again? What the
Yeah.
hell?
Yep.
Next
That's not
batch of
right.
COVID.
I need a damn Neo for crying out loud.
Come on, Kevin. If you spent all year in a sweatshop somewhere, you'd like to take a couple weeks off too.
Well, I'm living in Florida, so
Yeah, but you're not working for $5 a day either.
no. But I need my chicken chow mein. I mean, come on. I can't wait 30 minutes for that. 15 minute, okay, but 30, no.
Just chill out, dude. You're in Florida. It'll all be okay.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
hopefully, it's not the year of the dragon or anything like that, and get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It probably is going to. Seeing how everything's already all out of stock, like Neos and various electronics, it's not going to be anything for like a month and a half, is there?
I'm a little confused. Isn't every year Chinese New Year?
Yeah, it's Lunar New Year. Yeah. every year.
Okay.
And it just happens every year. It's just business kind of stops.
But I'm just saying it's probably going to be a bigger problem if you're looking to go buy stuff right now because everything's already out of stock. Most of the distributors stock up before the New Year, the Chinese New Year, so they have stock.
They try to.
But the way it is now, everything's out of stock. It takes a friggin' month to get anything from China to here, if you're lucky. So
time to buy a TV.
It's a mess.
What
Yeah.
you're telling me. There's
Mhm.
plenty
Once
of
on a
those.
boat.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of TVs.
On a boat, bitch.
All right.
All right. So what's next for you in the hobby, Steve?
Yeah, what's next for you? Oh, me? Yeah. I don't know. So I got to figure out that Kraken 580 nitro motor, that 55.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take
You're
that
gonna
apart.
you're gonna take it all apart. And,
I'm gonna take it apart and just inspect it and make sure everything's
Mhm.
good. And then I want to get more work on that scale. So I'm gonna take a Dremel to that airframe and start cutting stuff up, get it to fit in there, and make some mounts for it. And
Nice.
then and just fly more, really. Try to get out and fly as
Yeah.
much as I can.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. What about you, Kevin?
I am going to be looking at 2 days this weekend that are 55, high of 50, 55, and low of 30 something in sunny South Florida. So I'm going to drive up to the border and I'm going to change that sign that says "Welcome to sunny Florida" for the weekend. But
Right.
I might try and get out Thursday and Friday during lunch or something, like I was talking about. I might try one of those days.
Nice.
I got 2 batteries I can charge. I got to find my other battery tray for the Oxy 5. I know I have another one somewhere, and I can probably scrounge up another 5,000 cells somewhere too. But that's it, man. That's all I'll be doing. What about you, Andy?
Cool. I am looking for some Revolectrics bump tags. If anybody has any they want to sell, or if anybody's come up with an alternative, I'm interested. I really don't want to get rid of my bump controller, but I don't have a ton of tags left, and it just occurred to me the other day that I can't get them now. Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole pile of batteries and no thumb tags.
Oof.
So if anybody's got a bag full and they're not using them, let me know. I would think somebody could make a replacement, but it's above my pay grade, so I don't know how to do it. Other than that, I'm gonna fly. I'll probably try to sim a little bit. Weather's supposed to be nice this week, but I've got quite a bit of farm stuff to do because the weather's going to be nice. So we'll see how it works out. Hopefully, I can get a couple flights a day in, continue my streak.
Yeah.
What about you, Iaen?
I'm gonna try and get out and fly this week. I know towards like the later half of the weekend, I'll have the weather's supposed to be in the 40s. More towards the weekend, but like the next few days, it's supposed to be in the 20s and kind of miserable. So, on top of working, I will be doing some organizing as far as my RC shit goes. My desk is still a fucking wreck. Not really much to do wrenching wise. I still need to do the maiden on the Black Nitro, but haven't been able to meet up with Keith. And he's the only one I know that's got a starter near me that'll actually turn the damn thing over. Yeah, the jackhammer is not jackhammer enough for it. So it just pretty much, it'll turn it like one revolution and just stop. So it's like I'm not even gonna burn it up trying to start it. Of course, I'll be on Discord as always, and I'll try not to sleep in this time. And then maybe order some more parts. I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. But otherwise, I'm just kind of getting stuff done around the apartment and in my hobby area and working like freaking mad.
Groovy, man.
Groovy.
All right.
Okay. Let's move it on to listener pipeline.
Listener pipeline. Do we have any?
Not
Listeners?
this week. No pipelines.
Oh.
No listeners.
Oh, man.
Well, no listeners most weeks.
Even fewer this week.
All right. Then let's wrap it up.
All right.
Wrap it up.
Super short episode. Okay, Facebook like. We're just like voicemails. We don't have no new likes. So we're at 1,395 still. I don't know if that's what we had last week. Whatever. Close enough. What do we have for Facebook comments?
Facebook comments. Funny you should say that. On the last episode, 309 battery review episode or battery comparison episode, review series volume 12, Tom Shin said, "Awesome, guys. Thanks for the comparison. Did you actually weigh the packs or did you just go off the published weights?" Andy Ross said, "Tom, we weighed them ourselves." Tom said, "Awesome. Just like C ratings, he's found the published weights to be and dimensions to be off."
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really understand either one. Like, I can understand why companies would do it and try and get away with it, but that would freaking ruin my day if I had something, especially dimensionally.
Yeah,
I
didn't check the dimensions, but the weights are, I would say, almost never exactly. Sometimes they're close, but
I can see being close. Yeah, but
yeah, and the weight. I guess it's a caveat. These are true weight for us, meaning this is the weight with the leads on it.
Mm-hmm.
So when
and
manufacturers
connectors.
I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant. The connectors, especially like I use different connectors than what might come with it and stuff. So the weight could be different.
Mm-hmm. And we're not using certified scales or anything, so it could be a few grams either way due to that. But I found some of the published weights though are actually heavy because it's the package weight. Like they don't publish the weight of the battery. It's the box and everything.
Right.
But it just depends on from company to company how they do it. But they're almost never exactly what you get when you weigh them yourself.
Okay. And Darren Ankney said, "Steve finally finished testing out the packs, eh?"
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Tate said, "Oh, nice. Get on it tonight." William Anthony said, "How dare you?" I don't know what he's talking about. And then he wrote, "The battery review was excellent. Thank you for all your effort put into the review. It was very informative. Luckily, we can count on Andy for technical knowledge and expertise. And for Mr. Punch Me Through the Internet, Kevin, how dare you?
How dare you, Kevin?
Punch yourself, you knucklehead." Wow.
Mm.
And work on that Sam Kinison impression, please.
I thought it was not bad.
I'm not good at doing Sam Kinison impressions, man.
Oh. You're
Um,
only good at doing 2.
and right now I'm feeling like shit, so my sound's kind of shitty. I'm not even good at Arnold now.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Boyle, said, "You all ought to add this," and it was RCHN battery C rating database.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta add that.
And heck yeah. And that's it. It's all comments on last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we have any listener posts?
Wait, we got a lot more Facebook stuff here. You guys want to talk about?
Yeah. What
We didn't
what else
go
we got?
over. Let's see.
My Facebook backup.
Andy,
When was that? January
picture of Andy?
19th. Somebody published a screenshot of me with my Free Fall RC podcast heads show shirt on, which you heard in the bloopers. I come to record with a Helihead shirt on, and Kevin would not record till I changed it. So I conveniently stuck a sticker over it.
Yeah.
Mark Ritchie said that's gold with a whole bunch of laughing emojis. Rex Harris said, "I'm just glad the camera is only showing the upper half of Andy, not the pink tutu skirt. Ha. Joke's on you, Rex. I wasn't wearing a skirt or pants.
Yeah.
Or anything." Rod Gullett says, "Smile, Andy. Don't be so sad just because you have to podcast with Kevin."
Oh.
Kevin said, "Oh, man."
Oh, man. I
Mike
thought
D.
me and Rod were pals.
Mike D said, "Are you sure that's all? I think there's something wrong with his face, too." Which I responded, "Wow, real pot and kettle situation here." And Daniel Turiak said, "Did you guys just Tron us?" And I explained, "No, I was wearing this shirt, and Kevin wanted to punch me through the internet." He said, "Whatever gets it done." Steve Shaw said, "And Andy Ross has that so serious look. What the hell, dude? You need a vacation." I just got back from vacation.
That's why you need a vacation.
Yeah, that's a good point. A family vacation's not always a vacation. Steve posted a bunch of pics of his 580 Raw that he built in 8 hours, probably
It was
6,
a day and
7.
a half, but it was maybe 7 hours worth.
It's looking good. I like that you've got red on one side, green on the other.
I just
That's
went with it.
cool.
I know it's wrong. I know everyone's navigation lights, it's opposite. They went the wrong way. Yeah, but I don't care. I wanted one side to be green, one side to be like that orangey red, and it looks cool when I'm pirouetting.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was going to ask you why you didn't do it right, but okay, you explained it. Red on the right.
Mm-hmm. It should be green on the right, right?
I know. Yeah.
So. But hey, I'm going with it. Whatever.
It's fine. It's not like it's an aircraft or anything.
Exactly.
We got
guys.
I guess Iaen posted this. What really happened when Steve crashed his 580 Nitro? And it's a meme with these rock faces going like, ooh. The heli pilot, watch this. And then he drives the heli into the ground like a lawn dart. And then the spectators on the flight line are the rock faces going, ooh.
I love the one on the left because he's oohing like the other
Leaning
guy.
in.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like he's not even oohing at what happened here. He's like, ooh, he had to look at his friend.
Steve said, "I wish I was. Crashes and big saves are so much better with people."
Yeah, I was all by myself on that
He's
day.
all
so.
by himself. He looked like the Hulk as he's walking up the road with the sad music playing.
Yeah.
And then some memes from various people. Or pictures. What else we got? Is that it now? Oh no, Kevin.
Yeah.
Post some pics from the field where he's visiting Gina and Jeff down at what's that field called? Club?
I have no idea.
Oh, he doesn't know.
I've been
Steve
calling
Shaw
it
there with his coat on.
Gina's Field. Yeah, and did you see the one picture of the Steve Shaw standing over the fireball? That's like fireball going, oh
Yeah.
no. God, please no.
Only one I see is Steve with a giant sausage on his plate.
Yeah.
Looks pretty
Even
happy.
his giant sausage.
Uh-huh.
Yep. But Michael Ludke said, what about the flippy shit? Are you working on the flippy shit? Inquiring minds need to know and maybe one day discover what said flippy shit is.
Uh-huh.
And I said, Michael Ludke, I am working on the flippy shit. Gina was doing some cool flippy shit. I was watching.
I love it.
And she was, dude. She did. I wish I had it on video. And it was so simple. I don't even know what the hell it was. But she went out in one direction. She did some cool flippy shit. And she came back the other way. And I was like, that was so cool. What'd she do? I don't know. But that was cool. I couldn't tell you what she did. And even when she landed, I was like, you know when you did that cool flippy shit over here to the right? She said towards the end of the flight, she was like, yeah. I was like, what was that? Like, I got to figure out what that was. It was
Nice.
cool.
Did she know, or she was
I don't know.
like,
It was like 3 little maneuvers, and she came back around. It was like,
Mm.
I was like, oh, that was cool. But the wind was pushing us all over. She went out and she did like her normal flying, and it came whipping around like the first time. And you could see when she went out and did it again, she was compensating for the wind more the second time around. When we were talking about that after she landed, she was like, yeah, the first time I was like, man, this is coming back fast. Yeah.
As long as she
was it
did,
like a headwind?
Yeah, it's right in your face. Yeah.
as long as she didn't say, I was just trying to hover. You know, when you go out, you do some cool flippy shit, but you're like, oh, I was trying to hover. Wind's really bad today.
Yeah.
Last post here is from Iaen. Said the struggle is real. Something about a jackhammer and this very, very incredibly disturbing image.
Yeah, I don't even know where you.
That I don't understand what any of this is, and I don't understand this meme, but says that moment you realize your Iaen jackhammer isn't jackhammer enough to start an OS 91. And the jackhammer is like this guy with his face burn off or something. Care to explain that to us?
That's Two-Face.
Yeah, that was a modified image of Harvey Two-Face, and when I did try to start the OS 91 a couple of weeks back, I was thinking it was like locked up.
Did it catch on fire, burn up?
No, but it got warm. It got pretty warm.
Somebody throw acid on it?
No.
Okay.
But it's like I stopped it when I did. It's like, you know what? It's not flooded because I took the glow plug out, cranked it over a couple times, stuck the glow plug back in, and then it's like nothing. It just goes and it stops. Okay. So, yeah.
So I guess you had to be there. So if you were with Iaen at his field when he was doing this, you would understand this meme. Is that what we're getting?
Even after he said it, I still don't understand what the picture has to do with
that.
Starter.
I don't know.
You could, it's just the jackhammer is just too small of a starter, so it's like therefore I have to upgrade my supporting equipment.
Just put a 6S battery to it.
Will it even work?
I don't know. Let me know.
Once.
Now it might look like that after that. That would make sense. You put a 6S.
Yeah, I mean, that's a picture for something that caught on fire or something, you know.
Oh, I'm sure if I kept trying to start it, it would be on fire.
All right.
Because like I said, it got pretty warm.
Let's move on.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Anything else?
Let me check the listener posts. Mr. Steve Shaw posted on January 22nd.
I was worried for his wife.
What a beautiful sunny day in South Florida. Let's go flying, boys. Steve Shaw, Steve Young challenge continues. We might have a winner. SAB Fireball off the ground at 8 a.m. I love the baby goblins, but the bigger goblins. I love the baby goblins, but the bigger goblins better. Okay.
Sound like he was still sleeping.
Yeah. Batteries charging for a day of sun and adventure. And he posted a little video flying. And a whole bunch of comments. Steve said, great job. You won by a couple hours. Because I'm on my way home for some snow pulls. This was, I guess, on his new 580 he built. Steve also said, by the way, try not to hit your house or the camera person.
Right.
I'm going to assume it's your wife. Yeah, don't hit Dorothy.
No, that would not be good.
Cliff Lewis said, I almost crashed my buddy's fireball in my gutters, too, a couple years ago. Good job, Steve. I hope a bee stings you on the toe. It's 18 degrees here. Steve, you're out of your damn mind. I don't know which Steve Young's out of his damn mind.
To go out and do some
Steve
snow
Shaw,
things.
he hopes a bee stings you on the toe.
Because of the weather, yeah.
Kevin
What are you
McGrady
holding?
said, what are you holding, a kitchen table? Steve's holding his Jetty DS24 kitchen table transmitter. Jay Treadway says, for the win, laugh. And I said, it's a real man's transmitter, not a plastic toy. Little winky emoji. That's all we have on Facebook, thank God.
Awesome. Okay, website comments.
We have, we have a website comment. Almost forgot it.
Whoa.
Hang on, let me pull it up here. From Web012, battery test data. He writes, girly men. I listened to podcast 309 and the test results were reported in a somewhat scattered form. There is a copy of your test data spreadsheet on Google Docs, but it is unreadable, at least to me. Can you post a better copy of the spreadsheet on Google Docs and maybe add your final comments as text to the same? THX Bob. Okay,
I don't
Bob.
know. Seems like we gotta do more work on something that I don't want to do more work on.
Is that Monty? Bob?
No,
Robert Monty? Could be. Bobby Monty?
it could be. I don't know.
So my
I
first
think he would have.
my first reaction
like
was
Monty though.
it is unreadable. I thought he needed glasses, but then I guess he can read it, see it, but he can't read it.
Yeah.
Or not in the.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to.
I was going to
view.
say, yeah, once we
I
went
went and
over
looked
it.
at it and it wasn't very easy. No, I'm talking about the image that Steve put on the website.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's what he's talking about, right, Steve?
Yes.
It's like an image, but you got to click a link that you can barely see to download the PNG, and then you can open it on your phone. It's not our best work.
Maybe streamline.
I wish we had an IT
data.
guy that was better at doing this kind of thing. We'd probably do a better job with it.
Yeah.
We got Iaen. He's training IT.
Oh, yeah,
guy.
that's right. I forgot about Iaen.
We got the
look at him
AV
shaking
guy.
his head. Don't shake your head. No, we're not done yet. We're not done describing what your job is.
Yeah, if we had anybody that worked with computers or in audio, video, or any of those fields, we could probably do better. But since we don't, we're just stuck with what we have.
If we got paid, we can do better. We don't get paid, so you get what you get. I'm just saying. I mean,
get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do any better if I actually got paid though. So.
No, I would. If this was my job, I would put more time and more effort into it for sure. But it's a hobby within a hobby.
Yeah.
Go look at it again and see if you can download the PNG, and then you'll be able to zoom in
Bob,
and see it.
If you really want to take a look at it, like just send me an email.
We'll send it to you.
I'll just add you to the actual document. You can look and view the actual document.
Yeah.
And zoom in and do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's all we have for emails, website comments.
Alrighty.
Right on.
Okay. What do we have for people Podbean?
I knew you were going to ask that, and I never
It's
logged
right next
into
on the list.
Podbean. I know.
It's almost like you ask that every week.
I know. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Hee. Ho ho. Shut up, Bill Ann. Okay. This has got to be the best name outside Guy Man Dude for a band. Skinny Fat Boy started following us. No, I'm sorry. It's Skinny Boy Fat. I like Skinny Fat Boy. I like Skinny Fat Boy. But Skinny Boy Fat is good too. He started following us.
Awesome.
Helly Man liked episode 304, Klinger or Seller, and 305, I Want It Now. And Mike Welch, hope Mike is doing good. And Gray Eagle Jr., hope Gray Eagle is also doing good. They both liked episode 309. Review series, volume 12, battery comparison.
Okay.
And that's it for Podbean activity.
Yeah. Well, some more Podbean activity. We have comments.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have 6 days ago, Sherry Nichols said, "Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. Thank you, Steve, for the free fall shirts. Looking forward to wearing them at the next event. Have a great week, guys."
Nice.
And that was replied to episode 308.
Thanks, Sherry.
Thanks, Sherry.
Thanks, Sherry.
And then, okay. So 3 days ago, 10 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 4 comments. I'm going to read them kind of one back to back because I don't know. They don't really make much sense. So you can picture, I'm looking at Gray Eagles Jr. comment. 3 days ago. Lickety lick lipolithium from not literacy. Common Higgs boson particle creatures. Simple sequence succulent Scooby. Power potent potential positive terminal short. Shocking box clocking tick-tocking into greatness. Pretty fly for a Venus trap fly guy, right? That's episode 309 review series volume 12 battery comparison. And then reply to that episode again or comment in that episode. Sudo./heli.sh. And then he replied to that comment saying, "Bash echo the dolphin grep flipper." And then the last comment he wrote for the battery review again, commenting on that, says, "Lassie, safe my heli." Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Some bash.
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
Thanks, Gray Eagle.
Thanks, Regal. More confused than ever.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. And that's it for People Pobby iTunes review. What do we got?
I am sad to report there is nothing on iTunes.
Okay.
It's been an entire show of disappointments.
Yeah. I wonder if it's because I'm not doing the outro anymore, like
I think that's what it is. You jinxed us, you
drop
bastard.
us and blah, blah,
Well,
blah.
If you drop us on iTunes, we'll read it.
Yeah, you're not saying that. So people don't know they need to do it because you're not been saying it.
So leave us an iTunes review. I don't know. I'm tired.
We'll read it on the next show.
Yeah, we'll read it.
Email us at freefallrc something at gmail.com.
No, it's just free for RC.
At gmail.com.
But yeah, all right. Yep, check us on Facebook. Check out our webpage, flight test forums, all that fun stuff. Fellow podcasters, I don't even know who are doing podcasts anymore. I know the heli heads are.
I know Kevin quit the show.
I know, and that show
or
went down
like-
the drain. Holy shit, it went down the drain quick.
Wow. Wow.
I'm kidding. Love you, Gooch.
Now it's Gucci and Friends.
Nah,
They
it's a
do
good
one
show.
every 2 weeks. Taylor Rhoda does one whenever the mood strikes them.
Every other month.
I don't know about everybody else.
Wait,
Yeah.
what happened to Skids Up, man? No more Skids Up?
I haven't heard Skids Up forever now.
I think they're done, dude.
Inverted Down Under, I haven't heard. Houdini, I think I haven't heard either.
I think he had one not too long ago, but it was like 4 months from the last one, so I don't know.
Yeah. So,
Maybe if we talk about how Skids Up is over, they'll put one out tomorrow because that's what usually happens. Every time we say they haven't done it, then one drops the next day.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard they had like several in the bank. I just don't know what the delay is. Yeah. Sorry, and I cut you off. What you said?
Oh, I was gonna say. Well, it sounds like they're belly up now.
Damn, I didn't want to go that far. Shoot. Damn, cold-blooded. All right. Thanks to our listeners.
Wait, you forgot Kevin's favorite person.
Oh yeah.
Bill and
I forgot who his favorite person was.
what? Nick Maxwell did a YouTube.
Don't forget to check out Bill Ed's YouTube channel for sure. We are guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Nice groove, Andy.
Steve, did you buy anything this week?
I bought like a whole bunch of stuff. It's not too much money. What's next for me? Yeah, figure out that motor in the Kraken. See what I got to do for that. So I'll probably take that apart a little. Work on that scale heli and try to get out and fly more. Yeah. What about you, Kevin?
This week in Florida, it is supposed to be both days on the weekend are supposed to be 50 degrees and like lows of 30s. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to fly this weekend at all. So I might have to go out Friday. Maybe Thursday and Friday.
It's weird. Andy froze.
Andy froze and he's smiling.
He's smiling.
He's a serial killer. Like I never see Andy smile like that.
Yeah, especially for this long.
What do I look like?
Oh,
He's still smiling.
My damn Skype crashed.
Oh, Steve, screenshot it.
Steve, you're gonna have to start over.
I already screenshotted it. All right.
Nice.
Start over for what's next for you in the hobby.